Hi, my name is Rick Magyar, and I'm supposed to say a few words about our shared value, the interdependence of all things of which we are a part. And you know, on my way here this morning, I've been thinking about how I would address this. I mean, there's so many different books out now, like Linda Hogan, who's written Dwellings, A Spiritual History of the Living World, or Robin Wall Kimmerer's very famous book that's out right now. I can't think of the title of it. And Dakota, A Spiritual Geography by Kathleen Norris. And, you know, our own Patty Cleary at the beginning of the month gave a talk in which she mentioned how air cycles around the world, not just air, the oxygen, carbon dioxide cycle. And I got to thinking, you know, if you're 21 years old, you breathed in at least one molecule of air that every other person who's 21 years old has breathed out on this planet. So, you know, we really are a part of each other, whether we like it or not. Part of you is in me, and part of me is in you. And then I get to thinking of how we as UUs get to share some of this. And I was thinking, 20 years ago, 24 years ago, I had the privilege of serving you as the president of this congregation. And at that time, we were engaged in a building drive, not just a supporting drive to ongoing expenses for the year, but for this new building. It redid this sanctuary. There used to be an organ up here. That's not here. Instead, we have the sacred chalice. We have the whole back section of the church. You know, we have an elevator. We have a new cafeteria. All this was done because of a building drive that we started then. And I remember there were fewer members, almost maybe a little more than half of what we got now. And yet we set out with an ambitious goal of, trying to reach $300,000, which is about what it was going to cost us. And I remember my wife and I discussing it and saying, well, I guess we could throw in a couple hundred or something, and then we started thinking, no, wait a minute. This is something really significant. This is something a lot more than just a small contribution in the basket or something. And the more we talked about it, the more we kept raising our ante until finally we got to a point where I guess we made the largest contribution we ever made to anything. And I'm very happy we did, because look at what we have. Might have taken us even a few years to pay it off, but it's part of us, just as the molecules of air. And so we ask each of you, when we come up with our drive this year, our pledge drive, which starts on, let me check this, February 9th and goes till March 1st. We ask each of you to give what you can to keep us going forward. And don't be of the opinion that, well, what can I do, And I think of the letter M, straight sides for the letter M, and then a little E, me. And if we turned it upside down, what do we get? And we open arms a little wider, we get we. So we change me to we. And together we can do a lot. And I hope you will all participate. Thank you.